Good evening, I'm William Pace. Thanks so much for tuning us in tonight. I have a special program for you. Tonight my guests are Dr. Beverly Martin and also Jean Harvey. They are from Rays of Hope, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And the work that they do is just wonderful. And I wanted them to be here tonight because they have a big presentation coming up a week from tonight. They're going to do a play called From the Gates of Heaven to the Pits of Hell, and it's going to be held at the Victoria Theater, and there's just a few tickets left. This is a wonderful presentation, but the ministry behind the presentation is what really caught my eye, and I just had to have them here tonight to talk more about this wonderful ministry. Tell us a little bit about Rays of Hope.
Well, Rays of Hope is like its name. It offers hope.
Mm.
And it's for our community, especially the community of Dayton and even beyond.
Wow. And this ministry is for disadvantaged girls that have come up in like generations of disorganization, problems in the home, right, family problems,
households, yes.
Where there's not been a good influence. And so many of these girls end up maybe on drugs, many of them end up into maybe prostitution, many of them end up pregnant and just really have nowhere to go and no place to go. That's so you offer these girls some source of hope.
Right, we're looking forward to bringing about a home. In fact, one of our first goals is Sabrina's Place, which will be for single moms that, and not just to the time they give birth, but after that time, 6 to 8 months in the future, where that we can instill within them and impart to them goal setting, not only goal setting, but self-esteem. We want to work with their self-esteem and parenting skills, so that we can provide the wholesome atmosphere that they need to be nurtured and to grow, and not only that, but their offspring can be partakers of this.
That is wonderful. So in other words, you hope to be a change in the way things have gone for the last several generations with people.
And it is a generational thing, Mr. Pace. It's a generational occurrence, I should say. Many of the mothers might only be 14 years old. Many are emancipated at 16 years old.
Wow.
And given their own place to live, and they're really not ready. And you say, well, what about their mom? The mom's influence. We found out mom many times might be 28 years old, and so grandma only 40.
Wow. So it's a cycle of dysfunction, time and time again. So somewhere it has to stop.
Right.
And so hopefully with Rays of Hope, this could be a new turn for these girls, so that an option, so that they don't have to continue the cycle that is going on for generations in their family, that they have another option.
And they'll know, even being a single mom, that there's hope. And many of the great men and women in our society, even when we look in history, was raised by single moms.
Yes, that's true.
That's right.
That's true. So you hope to be an inspiration to these girls.
Yes. And Jean?
Yes, to interject, one of the things is intervention is needed.
Very much so.
When you have a cycle, when you bring in intervention and you stop the cycle, then there has to be a recycling, so to speak. You have to have a new start.
Support.
Yes.
With support and education. One of the things we hope to do with Sabrina's Place and also Sabrina's Resource Center is many times people do not, especially a young teen mother, is overwhelmed with all the responsibilities. And the system has things in place to help her, but she does not know where to go or how to go. And so we have volunteer counselors, volunteer nurses,
wonderful.
people that not only would help her, but would direct her to other places where she can receive help.
That is wonderful. And so, but of course, all of this takes funds.
funds.
Yes.
to make happen, because we live in a capitalistic world. And so where does your funding come from?
Well, as you know, this society we live in now, they're getting all kinds of requests for grants, and until you really have your own address and identity, many times the grants won't come. But during that cycle and that season, we're still dealing with the situation. And the girls are still going, and the need is still there. So we're thrusting forward to say, before the if we can ask the community, hey, support us in what we're doing, we're going to see that it happens.
Yes, and you know, so many times God asked us to just have the faith of a mustard seed, and that, you know, coming forth, even though you don't know where the source of funding is apparently coming from, but it's going to come.
It's there.
And we put forth our natural. And I often say we look for the supernatural, but we have to put forth the natural.
Yes.
And then God can put the super on it.
Boom. And for people out there right now in television land that's listening, maybe in their homes, who would like to contribute something financially, where can they send a contribution?
All right, they can send the contribution in the name of Rays of Hope to 4501 Wolf Road.
Okay.
And that's Dayton, Ohio, 45416. So if they can send the funding there, it would be greatly appreciated.
Okay.
And we've been offered a home for Sabrina's Resource Center.
I heard about that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, it's a young man that, I should say, it's been laid on his heart to just turn the home over to us. He's been purchasing the home, and he said that the payment's only $500 a month. But as we know, many times people have good intentions, but the ball is dropped in the process. But we said, how much is it to completely pay off the home? He said $50,000.
Only $50,000.
And I said, hey, that's attainable. We can do that.
So with this presentation that's going on a week from tonight, September the 11th, and there's
two great shows.
Two performances. There's going to be a 12 o'clock matinee,
12:30
matinee,
and 6:30 in the evening.
6:30 matinee, and there's just a few tickets left. So if you'd like to attend, let us have a number where they can call the viewers.
They can actually purchase the tickets at Victoria's Theatre.
Okay.
Not only there, but at Maranatha Christian Fellowship.
On Wolf Road.
On Wolf Road. And also on Calvary Baptist Church.
So there are 3 places.
There's actually 4.
Oh, 4 places.
Yes.
And we're going to put all 4 places on the screen, too.
There's a Calvary Baptist Church on Gettysburg.
Okay.
And then the 4th place is also at Christian Light Bookstore.
Okay, wonderful. So there's no reason not to go. There's plenty of locations to get a ticket. And if you forget where to go, just call my office here at 226-7018, and I'll make sure that you have the information as well.
Right. The outlets will have the tickets up until Thursday, 2 days prior to the show. And then, of course, up until that time, after that day, on Friday, they can purchase them at Victoria's Theatre. And, of course, the day of, right prior to the show, it'll be a $5 additional charge by Victoria Theatre.
That's wonderful. We're going to take a short break right now, but we're going to be back and we're going to talk a little bit more about the performance, the play, From the Gates of Heaven to the Pits of Hell. Stay with us. There's more to come on The William Pace Show. The Upper Deck Tavern isn't just a place to stop and have a drink. We're also a full-service restaurant with a variety of meals for every taste. Stop in and try the home-cooked goodness of our soups, our salads, our steaks, our hamburgers, or any of our delicious specialty dishes. We also feature a banquet room, pool, dark league, and live entertainment Friday and Saturday nights. The Upper Deck Tavern is located at 2651 Blanchard Avenue in Moraine, right off 741. Stop by or give us a call at 298-3929. Looking for a quality used vehicle? Come to Crystal Car Company. Whether you like luxury or economy, foreign or domestic, sports cars or SUVs, Crystal Car Company has a vehicle to suit your taste and budget. You buy here, you pay here, and we can help you if you have bad credit or even if you have no credit at all. We're open 6 days a week, so stop by or give us a call at 228-2227. Crystal Car Company at the corner of Kiowee and Monument in Dayton.
On your next visit to the Webster Street Market, be sure to stop by the Christian Science Reading Room booth and pick up your copy of the best-selling book, Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. You will find that reading it will help you to achieve balance in your life. That's the Christian Science Reading Room booth, Webster Street Market, 32 North Webster Street, Dayton. Open Thursdays and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Vance Towing and Repair Services, located at 1431 North Gettysburg Avenue in Dayton. Family owned and operated for over 24 years. Whether it's local or long-distance service, the people to call are Vance Towing and Repair Services. Vance Towing and Repair Services specializes in flatbeds for towing sports cars and medium duty for RV and large vans. Services are provided 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For friendly and reliable services, call 937-268-8103.
Dodge Monuments is the clear choice when you need to purchase a memorial. This is Eric Fogarty, president of Dodge Monuments. Dodge has a Dayton area's only engraving plant, our area's only computer CAD system, Southwest Ohio's largest memorial art department, and one of Ohio's only granite lasers. Visit our website at www.dodgemonuments.com. Our historic home office is located in downtown Xenia, and we have fully stocked displays in North Dayton, Springfield, Lebanon, and Middletown. Remember, Dodge Monuments.
Good evening, I'm William Pace. Thanks for tuning us in. And we're back talking with Dr. Beverly Martin and Jean Harvey. And they're from Rays of Hope, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And they have a big production coming up next Saturday, September the 11th, at the Victoria Theatre. 2 performances, one at 12:30 and one at 6:30. And this is for a wonderful cause. It's for the cause of Rays of Hope, and they have a huge vision, and all the proceeds go to the Sabrina's Place Resource Center. And for people just now tuning in, this is a place for disadvantaged girls.
Yes.
That they might be able to get a second chance in life,
right,
and get some guidance and also a way to stop the dysfunction that sometimes go on in families for generation after generation after generation. And the work they do is just wonderful. And so I want to talk a little bit about this production on September the 11th at the Victoria Theatre. Tell me a little bit about the actors and the music and so forth.
It's exciting. We have some, I would just classify them as top flight actors.
Wow.
That can just pull you right into the production itself. And you'll have lots of laughs. We've had reviews in the past that a person said their face was just aching from laughter when they laughed. And not only that, but there's dramatic scenes, and it's very realistic, depicting lifestyles and choices. And in this production, we have people such as the Reverend Algonquin Cornbread. And Reverend Algonquin Cornbread pastors Have It Your Way Christian Cathedral.
Oh, okay.
And you would really enjoy this. We have Granny Biscuit, and we have Kingpin, which is the pimp of the season.
Wow.
And not only that, but what are some of the other characters you think they'd enjoy, Jean?
Well, let's see now. We have the Reverend Cornbread has a couple of people there that attend his church regularly. There's his wife and his girlfriend.
Of course, yes.
His girlfriend is there every Sunday also.
Candeliza.
Yes. And one of my favorite characters in the play is the very gracious, well, she's not so gracious, the announcement lady.
So it's a comedy, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
But there are times that there's tears.
Serious moments.
Yes, we do address
yes.
some, especially family issues, in a way that's hopefully those that will be coming. There will be people that are actually coming that are sponsored, where others will be buying tickets for them to be there, that have problems that are depicted in the play, but there's a solution that we show the ultimate solution.
So there's a special message in this presentation, something that will speak to people.
Right.
Yes.
And help them with their choices.
It's all about
And
choices.
like we say, rays of hope, it'll give them that Ray,
Some
that's
hope. I
sunshine.
love that title, Rays of Hope, because I think in the times we're living in, people really need to have something that's going to give them
Hold
hope.
on to,
That's right.
yes.
In these difficult times that we're in. I want to talk a little bit about some of the services that Rays of Hope or Sabrina's Place Resource Center will be offering.
All right, Sabrina's Place Resource Center will be offering the milk, Pampers, diapers, clothing for the babies that the young ladies can come to us right on the bus line. Not only that, but receive free nursing advice. Not only that, but counselors
Counseling.
that can
That's just
help
wonderful.
them, and we will give them packets that will say you can receive your GED, the various centers and sources. Not only that, but nurse aid training, other trainings that are available here in the city, so that they're not just thrown out there and say, make it, but we're going to give you some direction and directives.
So you're going to actually walk with some of these
Yes. Oh,
yes.
girls then and help them and show them the way,
Right. And
because some of them didn't really ever get it in the home. So
they didn't receive that because mom was so, it wasn't that mom intentionally said, I'm not going to give to my baby,
They
but
didn't
life
know
was
how.
such a struggle.
Oh, right.
And they didn't know how. If you said, what is a square meal? They might say, a burger, fries, a drink, and a pie to go with that. And so we're saying that we can show you how to cook. We can tell you how to budget your money where that you can get the most out of your dollar.
I think it's just a wonderful ministry. It excites me just to hear about it. And the people out there in television land, if they want to be a part of this ministry, they can be a part of this ministry. There are many, many ways that you can be. First, I want to talk a little bit about the levels of sponsorship. Tickets are $25, but if you want to be a diamond, a preferred, or as Dr. Beverly says, first class, then you could be a diamond member at $500. And what you get for $500 are 20 tickets. Now, say you can't use 20 tickets or don't have 20 people, you could donate some of them to like maybe a nursing.
We have places.
Actually, if they want us to do it for them, we're planning to invite the young ladies from Monday, work
Okay.
something out so they can come out of the facility to come to something that offers them hope.
Okay.
Another place that we're trying to sponsor.
YWCA.
So
the
some of
ladies
those
assisting
ladies
Job
could come.
Corps, yeah.
Job Corps, some of the young
Mercy
people,
Manor.
Mercy Manor.
Yeah, we've had specified donations to some of these places, and we need many, many more sponsorships.
Yes.
Wonderful. So for $500, you could be a diamond member, and that would get 20 tickets. And plus, you would be listed in the program
Yes.
Right.
as a diamond member.
And have special seating if you're a
Yes.
sponsor.
And
Preferred
special
seating,
seating,
yes.
preferred seating. And also, platinum membership is $400, and that's 16 tickets.
16 tickets.
And you could be a gold member for $300, and that's 12
12
tickets.
tickets.
And you could be a silver member for $250, which would give you 10 tickets. And a bronze member, this sort of reminds me of the Olympics as this ticket.
Yes.
A bronze member, and you get 8 tickets, and that's $200. And you could be a Ray of Hope partner for $100, and that's 4 tickets.
Yeah.
And of course, all of this is tax deductible. You could take it off of your taxes, and this is just, I don't ask the viewers too many times to support something, but I really feel very strongly about this organization,
Yes.
and I believe that they could do a great work in our community, and we really need an organization here in town that's going to come forth and to try to be of service to people. We can't continue to go from generation to generation of being dysfunctional,
Yes.
and there are a lot of young people that really need help, and I think this is just one of the answers for them. I want to talk a little bit about your long-term vision for Rays of Hope. You plan to have several
Homes.
homes under Rays of Hope. We're going to from Rays of Hope comes Sabrina's Place Resource Center, and that's what you're working on now.
Yes.
Right.
And then from the Resource Center will come Sabrina's Place.
Place where young ladies' wives should be
We want
living
a-
for 8 months.
Right, we want a large home where after the babies are born, they can stay there for 8 months, and we can deal with the parenting, not only parenting, but goal setting. Where do I go from here? And self-esteem. We want you to know that the young ladies don't have to feel I need someone to affirm me. I had opportunity to talk to some young ladies that are placed in homes. I should say they're single moms, and they've emancipated them and given them homes. I said, what do you do? Many of them just share with me. They said, well, I sit there a day and I watch the guys come the first of the month and go from house to house. And they were smiling like, oh, well. And I began to realize, although you're smiling now, you'll be a product of that same thing because you've seen it over and over again. It becomes a part of your lifestyle. And so that just touched my heart. And I should say this vision really came into existence 3 years ago, 2 months before my mom passed. And I felt that had a lot to do with the vision of Rays of Hope. And it just came to me, bring about something. In other words, you're looking at the community, but you need to be proactive in what you do.
And we need a lot of people in the
Right.
community to do that.
And it's not just the young ladies. We have young men that are troubled.
Yes.
And they're also many times emancipated at a young age because once they get a certain age, no one wants to adopt them anymore. And they can become a problem in regular foster homes. And so the next home we're planning is Samuel's home.
Samuel's home.
Yes.
Samuel.
Okay. Now I'd be interested to know, how did you choose Sabrina's as a name?
Sabrina's Place.
And how did you choose Samuel as
All right.
names?
All right. Sabrina's Place, actually, my youngest sister's name was Sabrina.
I
She
see.
passed away at 21 years old.
Oh.
And she had a love for young ladies. She would take young ladies out of the neighborhood and just work with them and impart into their lives. And when this home came to me, the first thing I thought about was Sabrina. That was far beyond her years and knowledge. Would always say, Bev, we've got to do something to make change. And so that's how the Sabrina's house came about, Sabrina's Place.
So this is a lifelong sort of vision.
Yes,
that
and
you
never
have.
knew it would unfold. But when many times as our spiritual autobiography comes and our context comes together, the synergy births forth that our destiny is and that we are to do in life.
That's wonderful. So you plan to not only help the young ladies, but you plan to help the young men.
Young men.
And
Between the ages of 12 and 17 that
That's-
are considered unadoptable. And
Yes.
I begin to see the hurt and pain that I'm rejected by my parents, then the community. They took my friend and didn't take me. Perhaps I'm not good enough. Then I'm emancipated at 18 and told to become a productive citizen. And I become a part of the prison population as a result of it.
but you have to give people the tools
Yes.
to become productive people.
And we've asked many of our business owners and ministers in our community, can you suggest families that can be mentoring families to these boys? Take them on vacation with you. Let them spend time in your home. Let
Because
them have a relationship
That's what
with
they
a
need.
family.
Yes,
Yes.
because
they
so
do.
many of them didn't get that.
They didn't
That's right.
receive
They don't know what
right.
that is, you know, and if they've been exposed to a life of violence or abuse, that's all they know.
And you know, Samuel was nurtured by Elijah.
Oh, okay. I
And
love
Samuel
that.
took that boy as a
Eli.
baby.
Eli.
I'm sorry, Eli. Samuel took that baby and began to help him, and he became a great judge
You see? So you can
as a
see.
result of it.
So you can, and what also excites me is that from this nurturing care that you're going to give these young people, that they could grow and blossom into something really,
Yes.
really wonderful. You know, they could become future leaders of the
Yes, they
country.
can.
They could
right.
become doctors. They
And
could
they'll
become
have the
attorneys.
passion.
You know,
And understand at a level.
compassion.
Yes, and compassion.
you know
That's
that
right.
somebody took the time out of their life to show interest
Yes.
about them. You know,
right.
So it's a wonderful work that you do.
Let's not forget about
the Rose Garden.
Yes, let's talk about the Rose Garden, and that's going to be for battered women.
Yes.
Yes.
That from physical abuse.
Multifaceted. Yes.
And tell us a little bit about.
Well.
Is that going to be also like another separate home just
and
for?
it will be like our, as you say, the third or the fourth phase of the vision is the Rose Garden, and I used to call my mom my Rose.
Ah.
And that's how the name the Rose Garden came into existence. And what we'd like to do is not just take the battered women. We realize we have people that are doing a remarkable job in the community with the battered women, but we would like to work with the psychological component, which is my specialty, to help them to go into therapy and work with them so that they'll know that they can move from fragmentation to wholeness.
Because that's another form of dysfunction too.
Yes, it
that
is.
people have been in. That's been a generation of
it's a cycle.
That's right.
And somewhere along the way, you have to stop the cycle. You have to break the cycle.
Intervention.
And once you know who you are and you can feel wholeness, you'll know that this person needs help. And I don't have to become a part of this. I don't have to have victim mentality. I can move on until they get help. If they don't choose to do so, I can move on.
Right. That you don't have to be a victim of violence.
Yes.
Lastly, there are people out there that may not have in television land money, but say they own a paint store and would like to donate so many gallons of paint. Say they own a roofing store and they would like to donate so many bundles of shingles or something like that. Say they don't have anything, but they would like to come over and paint a room.
That would be we welcome that.
Say they would like to come over and help some of the ladies that are retired and home. Maybe they'd like to come over and help cook a meal for the girls.
That would be awesome.
Or
show them how to cook.
So you welcome volunteers for resources.
This is a community effort. Yes,
joint effort. And so we just asked anyone out there, you out there in television, if you would like to donate any kind of services, sources, materials, any way that you could be of some help to make this ministry get off to a good start. We just ask that you would call Rays of Hope, and you can reach them at 937-279-0913. And I want to remind you that there's just a few tickets left from the production From the Gates of Heaven to the Pits of Hell. And this is a production that they're putting on at the Victoria Theater 1 week from tonight. So you need to call right away, 937-279-0913.
It's a wonderful musical production.
And it's a production for the whole family.
There's dance. There's you would just be appalled. You'd be just excited at the awesome dancers.
Yes,
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
And the singers, great, like yourself.
Yes.
Thank you. Promise me after the production's over, you'll come back and you'll tell me that the Resource Center is opening and you're starting on the Sabrina's house. Would you do that?
We want to do that. Yes.
Okay.
We would be excited to do
Okay.
that.
Thank you so much for coming on tonight.
And thank you for sharing your time with us.
Thank you.
Anytime. And we're going to give you a box of Esther Price Fine Chocolates. It's Dayton's best. It's Dayton's best. I'll let you have it. There's more to come on the William Pace Show. Stay with us.